I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs and I made some bad rhymes. Acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song for you. What's up, people? This is Jermaine Riley, and you're watching Cut the Chat. Stay locked.
Welcome to another episode of Cut the Chat. Half the cast today. And you know what? I feel like I ain't been here for time, fam.
You've not been here for like about 6 shows.
Yeah.
But the mad thing is, I feel like you missed about 6 shows, but you randomly show up every 3 shows. Just bang.
Really?
Just
in
there.
Case.
Just in case people forgot.
Forget who I am or how I look.
Part of the movement.
Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Myself, Ace, Femi's here.
What's happening?
No Lee, no Damon, but we got Jermaine Riley in the chair.
What's going on?
How you been, brother?
Very blessed.
I think people are very aware of you and everything you're involved in, but sometimes there's a bit of confusion as to, is it Jermaine Riley, is it Dora Martin, and is it he's the guy that used to be in Fundamental? Like there's so much things that I think that we just need to be cleared up. So I mean, first of all, right now, what is the situation? How are you putting music out?
I'm currently doing this thing called The Weakness,
right,
where I put out a song every Friday. Started on my birthday and it will end on my birthday next year.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just doing that right now, and me and Cherri are finalising the Dora Martin project. We've got the single. We just kind of obviously planning like mood boards and videos and photo shoots and all that stuff. It needs to come into play now. So sounding good. It sounded like bright and positive. I'm very hyped for the fans to hear the new product. And other than that, I'm working on something with my brother as well, in reintroducing him back into the industry and that. He was on my last project, the Cape Tape, along with Eric Bellinger, Terry Walker, Cherri V, and Gets. So yeah.
So are you primarily a solo artist, or are you, like, is Jermaine Riley more your thing, or is Dora Martin more your thing, or like?
Or they're equally your things.
I think I would say that equally, depending on what's going on.
Right.
I'm an artist. I don't like to be idle, so whatever's moving, I'm with.
Right.
So in the midst of, obviously with Dora Martin, I'm having to liaise with another individual, and we have separate schedules and different lives. So when I'm not doing that, obviously I'm always going to be doing my own thing as well. So that's kind of how it works.
I don't know if you're fed up of talking about fundamentals.
I want to, because I don't know. I'll be real.
Yeah.
This is why I called the show. I'll be real. I called this show because when we were doing the show with Cherri, I was like, actually, remember the first time where I felt like Tupac here in my life here. Never felt like Tupac since. But the first time I felt like Tupac was at a show, was at some Choice of Everything. I'm repeating this story, but who cares? And literally, I saw Fundamental go on stage, shut down the whole Stratford Rex at the time when it was still a venue and not like flats or whatever it is now. Like, shut down that whole area.
Is that Jagged Edge?
Yeah, and Jagged Edge went on afterwards and they were dry.
No, I got a better story. I remember seeing Fundamental, perform at Hackney Empire, and do you remember the boy group ATO?
Yeah.
Like, they were popping at the time. Remember that? And they performed, and then Fundamental performed, and no one gave a shit. Like, at the back, girls were kind of mad, trying to get to you, man. And these men were like, ATO were sitting on the stairs, just like, raw. They felt so bad. They felt bad. I mean, like, for me, watching Fundamental, it was frustrating, because it's like, this was it. This is the group we had. This was our answer to anything they had over there. And just the fact that you didn't quite do it was just frustrating for me and looking on the outside. For you, what was it like, and what was the reason it never actually, you actually got to the heights that you were supposed to?
I just think it was a mixture of, it's just bad business, really.
Right.
It's all business. Creative side was blossoming. We was recording with everyone in America when we eventually got our American situation. Obviously, from being signed to Interscope, we then signed to Neyo and was in Atlanta recording with him. The album was, you know, practically recorded. We got to say when we was doing choreography, we was doing choreography with Jamaica Craft, who does Sierra and Usher, and you know what I'm saying, like, it was there.
It was there. You could taste it. Like, it was there.
It was right there, but it was, I don't know, man. Bad management, bad business. I just don't know, man. But we ended up back here because we had to fly back because of visas and all types of situations, and where we were staying, like, they had someone else coming in. Do you get what I'm saying? It was a bit mad, and then that's when we released the pudding, because we were like, wow, like, we're gonna have to put something out to kind of reignite our presence here.
Right.
And do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was. I feel like we did it to the point where, you know, what happened kind of had to happen, because there wasn't really any other way out. I feel like basically, I made a decision to separate and go off by myself based on the fact that I knew that it was being poorly managed, and that the other guys weren't really in the headspace.
Right.
Not in the headspace to go solo, because I didn't want us to go solo. I wanted us to up and leave. Literally 3 members, no management, no nothing,
and go
to start again.
Right.
But they wasn't really in that mindset, so I was just like, I can't die in this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my spirit, I'm like, we need to go. Do you get what I'm saying? And we was being promised, like, yeah, man, this person and that person will shoot our video, and like, yeah, but what's gonna happen? Like, we need to start again. But we weren't all there, so basically, that's when I left the group and just started going solo.
It's really frustrating. It frustrates me.
Frustrating. Do you know why it's even more frustrating? Because like I said, it was just purely business and management, and it wasn't. And when we see each other now, the love is just like, it's like we never even like split up. Do you get what I'm saying? It's mad. Like, I saw V the other day, Man Them on the Walls jamming thing in Shoreditch, and it's mad because one of the people that we know mutually was like, "Oh, your friends here?" I was like, "Who?" Like, I'm thinking he's gonna say someone, because V's in LA a lot.
Right.
So, and I didn't know he was flying back, and he was like, "Varun." I was like, "Don't lie!" I was so excited, like. It was just mad, and when we saw each other, it was like massive hugs and like a big massive hoo-ha. Do you get what I'm saying? It's crazy. The love is still there, and I know if the day ever come that we was to join back together, it would be a problem. It would be a problem for a lot of groups.
So that could happen?
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there discussion? Is there talk about that now?
There has been discussions of...
Don't get us gassed, you know.
Know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
It's just life, innit? But that's what I'm saying. Like, V's in LA, Carl's doing his solo thing, and just that's blossoming now. And I'm obviously doing my solo thing and Dora Martin. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like...
But you know what it is? You could have just been too early. Do you know what I mean? Like, now could be the time. And I think like now is a good time for R&B, a great time actually. Yeah. And I think if Fundamental came out now, I think there's a lane for you.
Yeah, totally.
I think, you know what I mean? And I
but
think...
I feel like no one's ever really occupied that lane. The way you guys...
Yeah, exactly.
Captured, like, you know, at the time, that fully captured the imagination. Like, for me, like, literally, our film just come out that week or something.
Yeah.
Like, and I came to this show, and literally, there was Jagged Edge was at this show, and I'm seeing these London boys, and they've just, like, shut down the show. And then Jagged Edge come on afterwards, and no one
But that was our mentality.
You know, like, no one really cared. Like, and you watched the show, like, you were there, like, everyone was being... I remember on that day was weird. It was so long ago. The Trap Star guy was there. There was a bunch of people there backstage, and we're just watching this show, and these guys were just doing it, and I thought, no one's ever, for me, like, I can't remember anyone occupying that lane. Like, that lane
From
was
here,
never, like,
100%.
not from here.
No way.
Not from here, not here, not anywhere. Like, and it worked, it made sense. The choreography was on point, the singing was, everything just worked.
Can I tell you what I kind of account that to? If that's the right term.
No, go on.
Like, back then, obviously, social media wasn't what it is now at all, innit? And I said this to someone else the other day. I was like, the reason why I believe we were able to even rise to that prominence, or put on a show like that, or like, is the fact that we were in our own bubble.
Right.
We wasn't scrolling through anything and watching someone else's this, that, whatever. We weren't distracted by all them type of things. We were so, like, I don't remember ever being like nowadays, it's natural for any artist to be on Instagram and be like, okay, cool, my man's doing this, so he's just put this out, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't know what was going on other than what was to do with fundamental.
But there was no one else though. To be fair,
No,
there still wasn't even. There wasn't even like, oh, well, them man are doing
You know
this.
what it is? Even then, there weren't even rappers out. They weren't even. You know that even then, really back then, in that space, during that period, like during that 1-2 year period, there wasn't even really rappers from the UK out at the time. There was really no one out in that space. Yeah, but the space you took though, it was weird. Like, it was just a different. It wasn't like, you can't say So Solid, like, because it was like So Solid was different. Like what you was doing was that polished. That all I could say, it was so American but so English at the same time.
Exactly.
Everything about it was like, these guys are like from the States, but no, they're really from London. Like, it was so, and that was, for me, I've not seen anything like it. And I think you are right. Maybe it is because, like, there wasn't that much distraction on social media. I blame Apple for killing the music industry by making it possible for any and anyone to just record music on their laptop, like anywhere. Yeah, and secondly, it's good and bad. It's good because it means that anyone could get the opportunity to get a break. It's bad because it's like there's the people are so much. There's no way for the people. The people can't filter. People can't filter. Like, audiences cannot filter. They just consume. They can't critique a song. They can't critique. So, like, really.
Why can't they?
No, but what's happened was.
Because they're lazy.
No. What's happened? Honestly, what's happened over time?
Absorb
They
what's
just
being
absorb.
shown.
And then
But giving it to them by who?
No, but do you know what it was?
Any
Do you know what it was? Before, like, music was the way it is now, and it was curated, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it went through DJs, like, will filter the best songs, and then DJs were actual tastemakers. No one listens. I don't listen to DJs to play me the hottest songs anymore.
DJs don't even listen. I'm like, this is me as a DJ saying this, yeah? I don't want to get myself in trouble. I'm going to be honest with you, yeah? There's certain radio stations, I'm not saying it's mine, but they're going to the internet to find out what's popping. When back in the day, we were the ones that were saying, like, we were the ones that were trying to break artists. Now they're waiting for the internet to break artists to say, all right, that's who the internet's feeling, let's play that. That don't make sense. Yeah, it's turned over.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, and I blame Canon because, like, music videos are not what they used to be. Because now, anyone could say, I want to shoot a music video, no lights, no nothing, shoot a music video. And so music video budgets have, like, gone all the way down, meaning that, take someone like Stuart, who's on our team, who's behind the camera, who no one would ever meet. He's a young director, he's done lots of music videos. He wants to start making big budget music videos now. He's never going to get that 100k music video like back in the day.
But why does he have to make big budget music videos?
How's he going to feed his family? How's he going to feed himself?
Well, hold on, wait.
In the long term?
Well, at the end of the day, if you're good,
it's
you're
a career.
Good. It is a career. If you're good, you're good. And obviously there's a lot more people doing it. There's a lot more people doing music videos. There's a lot more directors, film producers, actors, musicians. That is just life. That's like anything. There's a lot more steps.
The point I'm making is, qualitatively.
Is
like,
that a word?
Yeah, qualitatively.
Are you sure?
Qualitatively.
Qualitatively.
Yeah, it's a word. It's a word. It's an adverb. Like, meaning like the quality of something. Like, qualitatively.
Okay, I like it.
It's.
I see you got backing from my man.
I'm just like, okay,
No. Honestly, you can look it up. But the point I'm trying to make is the quality. There's a lot of quantity, but the quality has been reduced.
I agree, definitely.
In everything.
Because you can say there's more chefs here, but it's not. It's still hard to become a chef. You gotta go to school. You gotta learn this. You gotta do da. Whereas it's easy to make music. You just get a mic, you get a little computer, you got a tune.
I could write bars for you, and like me and him, could work on lyrics for you, and we could make you a singer.
But even still,
like even still, he could engineer it and write lyrics for us.
But here's the thing. You don't even need assistance from me. You can obviously open your laptop, be like, cool, I'm gonna record this. It's gonna be low quality, and it can be crap you're talking. But as long as you're man's on the street, and then if that goes on the internet, my 10-15 years in the game is nothing compared to your YouTube smash.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about.
What's happened now is that...
But aren't top artists doing the same thing?
No, listen. Because what happens now then is that man's on the streets, every kid on the internet is talking about hashtag man's on the streets. And then radio stations like what Ace is talking about, they're like, oh, that man's on the streets.
It's got
That's
extra,
what the kids want to listen to.
Exactly.
They put it on their playlist.
That's
and
it.
You know what? He can't get on their playlist. Even though he's got tunes.
Tunes like proper mix.
Like real mix.
Harmonies, everything doesn't matter. Man for the streets. Man for the street, and it's a shit.
That's why I blame Apple. That's why I blame Apple, because it's like...
No, but it's not just Apple though.
No,
Social
Apple.
media's got a lot. Look how many tunes have blown off Instagram.
No, but
look at Bobby Shmurda. Look at the. Do you know what I mean? These are just tunes,
Bobby Shmurda blew off
Vine. You know what I mean? A 6-second clip has made one of the biggest records of the last 5 years.
Apple started it in motion when they put like GarageBand as standing on every
built-in mics and all that.
But then you put like you can record like the mic.
Yeah.
See the mic on the iPhone.
Yeah.
It bangs you.
My first mixtape was like, obviously being said what we were saying, like that's valid. But my first mixtape, Goodbye Krypton, that was recorded from me singing into my computer.
Wow.
So then you can't cuss.
No, but I can, because at the end of the day, I was getting beats from Harmony Samuels. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm writing proper songs and being properly creative and giving you proper packaging and marketing on internet like a proper artist.
There's a lot of artists out here, they just aspire to want to go to the States. What did you learn from that period of you being out there? Do you regret going out there?
No way.
Even though it didn't go the way you wanted it to go?
Yeah.
How long were you out there for?
7 months altogether. Just some time in LA and then some time in Atlanta.
Another thing is, do we have to beat up Neyo? Is it his fault?
Nah.
He's kind of falling off now.
It's not even, the one thing I will say, and I'll say it to his face, if I ever get the opportunity to obviously be in the same space and you know, it's just that, you know, if it comes up in conversation, probably won't, but is like, I feel like he was mentoring from a distance.
Right.
Like he didn't like the cosign he could have given us, which would have been so good for the UK. He didn't give us. Like it was just
Didn't
like
do a Drake and Skepta.
Right.
Mate, he said our name on, I think it was like 2 red carpets, and the fact that I can count the amount of times he said,
and you're his
and I had to find it on YouTube myself.
Mad.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why didn't you proper like take us under your wing to be like, do you realize what that would have done?
Maybe he saw you as a threat.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
That is mad though.
Cause like you know, Neyo can't really. Well, anyway, let me know.
Because at the time, Neyo was like
He was
popping.
His album was massive at the time, and I just don't understand like why he didn't proper
give you that cosign, like
like it would have been so sick for the UK.
Yeah.
For just like you said, Drake, Skepta, just the way Usher and just like Usher proper like said this Justin Bieber is my thing. Innit? Like he didn't do that. It was like you had to do your research to find out they were signed to him. Like,
it's true.
It's
I didn't even know that was the situation until Cherri mentioned it. I didn't know that was what happened.
Right.
I just thought, oh yeah, the guys just.
So what was it? You just over there for 7 months. My man didn't really say that, and then it just fizzled out.
He did an album. He did about 4 or 5 songs on the album. We had this potential single ready to go, and it just kind of didn't. I think they took the album to the label, and the label wasn't feeling it, and then we had to we regrouped, we recorded some more songs, we did a photo shoot, started doing choreography and stuff, and it just didn't really come together. And then we had to fly back because obviously we didn't have visas, like proper visas or whatever.
So like, why didn't you get the proper visa sorted out? The management messed that up.
Bro, I was young at the time, and
How old are you?
how old am I now, or how old was I
then?
then? What was that? 2009. I don't know, about 24, 25. So I was just like, and we proper wanted to just, all we cared about is, like I said, being fundamental in it. Like we didn't care about the business, and it was just like, cool, where do we need to be? Is it studio time? Is it choreography time? Is it boom boom? Like what time's studio next day? Like we just wanted to be artists in it. Like who's recording the next song? Who's doing that part? So we was very much in artist mode, and so even now there's answers to questions that we haven't received. Do you get what I'm saying? In terms of like what really happened to the album? How come the label didn't like the album? How come we flew back and didn't get flown back out? Do you get what I'm saying? It's mad. We were young and we had to kind of learn the hard way to focus on the business side of things and ask more questions as the artists as well.
Do you think rappers are more entrepreneurial and like go into it with business straight away than R&B
Probably.
groups? Because R&B groups, this is like not a new story in R&B.
You're right.
This tends to be a trend in R&B where R&B artists are so into the music, they're so into like everything that they're doing that the business, they just don't really care. Do you think rappers care more because they like tend to be like from broke backgrounds, like they're just like, how much am I getting paid? Like what do you think it is? Like, what is your...
they probably go into any type of label situation. Like I can imagine a lot of MCs sitting down at labels and not having like, and just being about, cool, so how much is this? And we were just like, cool, we're flying you out to Miami, doing this video, whatever. We just be like, obviously, chipmunks bouncing off the walls, like, oh my days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a different mentality.
You're just like, yeah,
we're not going.
So you got that dance
Exactly. So we was like, yeah, you guys got to get your dance moves ready. So boom, boom, we be like, yeah, man, we're going rehearsals tonight. So we're just excited. We're not going in there in the mind frame of being like, yeah, we've got to get this money, like, and I honestly think that that's the whole reason why I'm still doing this, because there's not much money to be made from music. So if I was in the mentality of being all about the money, I would just quit this whole thing.
But you do graphic design as well.
Yeah, that keeps the lights on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because I saw that you did Crept and Conan's.
I did their logo. I did Festa Skank artwork. I did Playground artwork. The single that he's got out right now. I'm doing Meridian Dan's album packaging, and I've done a whole bunch of other stuff for Verge and EMI as well. So, yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought like literally because I saw the Crept and Conan thing. I thought it's random. Like this guy's getting it in. Like
try it, man. If I didn't have graphic design, I would literally be effed.
Seriously?
Like because it's that's what's financing this whole thing.
Seriously?
Yeah, paying my rent.
Seriously, do you think there is money to be made in music?
Yeah, but you just have to...
For anyone, even like sign artists, do you think there's money in it still?
Yeah, totally. Like if you've got like a solid fan base, which is why I'm focused on, like everything I'm doing is fan focused. Like garnering a fan base, even like organically, and understanding that takes time as well. Like the Jermaine Riley brand is only a few years old. So some artists have been doing it for 10 years or whatever. Obviously, I'm stepping away from fundamental, so it's kind of like introducing a brand new brand to the people and everything that I represent. So I'm understanding that I'm gonna have to do certain things and just be patient with it. A lot of artists, I feel like, they're not getting the views on them, they're getting the numbers, and I myself have been guilty of being like, oh man, like I shot this sick video and the YouTube not really popping like I wanted it to, and I've gone all out, but then I have to pinch myself and be like, bro, like it takes time. It took time for fundamental. Like we were doing a lot of shows before it was like, oh my days, fundamental. And then it's only when the video was on MTV Base that it was like this big phenomenon. So it was just like, it just takes time.